Today we're going to take a look at the Good Busy Planner. Now I have zero idea who created this planner. It's one of those websites where it's very generic and just kind of talks about the planner itself, the product, and has no personal information about who is behind it or what the theory was in creating this. But it was, I think, a great design for men. Even though it says it's gender neutral, the blocky, tiny, itty bitty text and everything else really appeals, I think, more to the male gender. And that's a great thing. I think we do need more planners for men. I do believe that they would like to have planners. They'd like to be organized, and they don't want things with flowers and glitter and gold foiling on them. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I do unboxings like today on Saturdays. So today we're looking at the Good Busy Planner. So this is not available on Amazon. I'm honestly not even sure where I found this. I think I saw this on an Instagram ad, and it wasn't that expensive, so I thought I would check it out. It was $36, plus you had to pay another $7 for shipping, and then you had to pay another $3 for California state tax, so it came to about $40. So I guess after all was said and done, it wasn't that inexpensive, but it is a full year undated planner, and I did like the fact that it is thinner, because sometimes when you get the full year undated planners, they become so large and thick, they're a little unwieldy, hard to handle, and they're actually kind of heavy. This is made of faux leather, and it seems to be, I don't want to say cheaper material, but a thinner material, and the pages actually are kind of thin, so that I think does help to make this a little bit of a less heavy planner. Like, it's lighter, it's easier to carry. It does come in a dated 2020 version on their site. I think you can pre-order those. I don't think they are available just yet, but if you don't like putting in your own numbers, especially for the monthly, it can get a little tedious. You might want to look into that option. So since there's really no information about the planner, let's just go ahead and take a look inside, because I have no other information to share with you. So this arrived in a plain generic USPS mailer, and it is another hardbound. I've been doing unboxings of hardbounds all day. I know you can't tell because I air these one at a time, but they all come in this nice shrink wrap, which I think helps to keep it from getting any scuff marks or anything. And it has this nice little marketing sort of wraparound band. So we'll just go ahead and take that off. This one's a little bit more generic than the others. Usually some of the others have some marketing materials on them. And this one does not have an elastic. Oh yeah, it does have an elastic strap. Just kidding. I didn't see it at first. All right, so another black planner. So very male, gender friendly. Good Busy, thank you for your purchase. And they gave you their hashtag. Has just who this belongs to. And whoops, welcome to the Good Busy world. Wow, this is a lot of text. I don't know if you can see it. This is very text intensive. Am I good busy? Life balance and rituals. Again, I'm not actually a fan of this wheel. I know it's very popular, but it like causes me personally more anxiety to try to balance all these areas out. I'm better with just focusing on one thing and accomplishing that and getting that done and just kind of feeling good about that. All right, goal discovery. Wow, these are tiny. So you are going to have like itty bitty micro like Smurf writing in order to be able to write on here. Does anybody know who the Smurfs are? I've just realized I said something from the 80s, so this might be dated. All right, action plans. These are, again, I'm actually not a fan of these. I think because I'm so linear and like organized and spreadsheet oriented, like seeing mind maps or things like this just blow my mind away. Like, they freak me out. I have no idea what they're doing or what to use them for. Plus, I'm not an illustrator or drawer, but they gave you two pages of dotted grid lines to sort of write in. So we have 2019, 2020, and 2021 at a glance, and then you have all the different holidays and a space to write dates for yourself. And over here, we have the undated monthly. So inside of here, if you can see, my 30-day challenge for the month, this month's priorities, monthly master task list, plans for leisure, travel, fun, Goals, monthly plans in progress. So it's giving you space for 4 goals. Stats, income, expenses, bills, savings. Did I maintain a good life balance this month? Did I use my time wisely as often as I could? Did I take adequate time out for fun and leisure? Did I say no to stuff that doesn't serve me? Did my actions align with my long-term happiness? Did I make measurable progress towards my goal? So these are all yes, no, remove, change, focus on for the next month. Again, itty bitty, super tiny, tiny lines. So I know, if you're designing these planners, just keep in mind, like, I know it looks really big to you on a screen, but in practical everyday life, I don't know a lot of people who can write that small and still read their own handwriting. All right, so it gives you 3 undated months, and then it gives you a quarterly review and goal setting again. You have this wheel, you have this mind mappy thing, and yeah, that's it. And it's kind of weird. They didn't give you space to use any areas to make your own mind maps. Okay, so then it does kind of a rinse and repeat, it looks like. So we have 3 months again, and then we have the quarterly review. So moving on from there, it looks like we start to get into what they call their weekly layout. Again, wow, this is a lot of text, and these are so itty bitty tiny. I don't know who can write anything in here or read it afterwards. Okay, so fill in the weekdays calendar. So because it's undated, they have chosen, which I think is not really the best idea, they've chosen just to tell you every month starts on the 1st. So I guess you could put Tuesday there or Wednesday. I would find that very confusing. It has space for this week's priority, your weekly master task list. Again, 4 goals for the week, including, I guess, your 4 goals for the month, the day of the week. And this is your habit, your 30-day challenge, your mood, the weather, expense, sleep, exercise, whatever you want to track. And over here for each day, it looks like it gives you 7 days across. And you talk about your gratitude, focus, top 3 tasks for today, reward, looking forward to, schedule tasks, appointments. Oh my God, I have to get close. I can't even read this from far away. Secondary tasks and errands. And so the best thing today. So that repeats every day for 7 days. And then wins, more memorable experiences, reflection, weekly review. We have this mind map thing again. Do more of, do less of. So a lot of stuff to put in. So we have a weekly. I'm guessing, I have no idea. Maybe they give you 52 days. I don't know without counting. So let's jump back here. And then it looks like you get a few blank pages, which are probably, I'm guessing, for that mind map. So they do start numbering it once you get to these blank pages. You get, I can tell you get 40 pages of blank pages. And then at the very month, you have an end of year reflection. Again, super tiny itty bitty lines. Goals achieved, goals in progress, goals abandoned. I don't know how you would do this. I mean, in theory, if you had 4 goals per week, that's times 4 weeks in a month, that's 16 goals. Plus you had 4 goals every month, that's 20 goals a month times 12 months out of the year. You don't have enough room to account for all of your goals over here. But goals in progress, goals abandoned. What were the best highlights of the past year? What were the defining moments? In what ways have I grown this year? What have I learned about myself and the world? How can I carry forward and build upon my victories of the year? And then over here we get a horizontal folder pocket, and we get the elastic strap, and I forgot to show you the bookmarks. So you get these Christmas bookmarks, you get a maroon and bright green bookmarks. So what'd you think? So I think this was a great idea in theory. The thing is, people have to remember is that one planner can't do everything. Like, users should remember that, especially designers should remember that. And I think they just try to put everything in the kitchen sink in here. It's just too much stuff. And I know that it's talking about being good busy, so I do appreciate that. But 2 things. One, the lines were so tiny, even if you wanted to talk about a lot of things, I don't think you could fit anything on there unless you wrote itty bitty teeny tiny. And even then, are you going to be able to read anything that you wrote down? The second thing is there's just way too much stuff to put in here. So it's one of those things where the planner starts taking over your life, and it's really exciting and fun in the beginning. But at some point, you don't want to put all of those things in for the day. You feel like you're reporting to a manager or something. And not that it is not helpful to document things and write them down, but I think this was just a little too many things. I don't know how you'd have any time to work on the 20 goals per month it has space for if you are writing all of this stuff down every day. So those are my thoughts on this. I don't think it is practical or usable for every day just because everything is so itty bitty, microscopic tiny. So when you're designing a planner, just remember people write like big and they write large, or everybody writes like a pretty big size. And so although it may look really large to you on a screen, nobody is able to put things in there. Even if I wanted to, like, let's say I had a typewriter. I mean, who has one of those? But even if I had a typewriter, I couldn't even get the typewriter letters would be way bigger than the space that is in here to write on. So I think I've beleaguered that point enough. I think you know what I mean. But otherwise, the mind map didn't really work for me either. And again, just focusing on all of those different things, I would just get a little overwhelmed. It was just a little too much stuff to think about for each month. But maybe there are parts of the planner pages that you could use and other parts you can just ignore, or maybe you just double up on or triple up on the lines and put your text on all 3 lines. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of this planner. And again, I do love the fact that this is a little more masculine, so I think that this could appeal to men who just want something that's not so frilly. All right, I hope everyone's having a fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys on Monday.